Earlier curfew kicked in, but we have heard the protesters speak, and they say they are organizing a 1 million-man march that will be held within the next 24 hours. Authorities in response have been putting up barricades in front of strategic locations across Cairo. State television reports Egypt Airlines, the national air carrier, has canceled all of its flights from 5 p.m. local time on Tuesday through 10 a.m. on Wednesday. Train service also halted. All right, now earlier today, struggling President Hosni Mubarak swore in a new cabinet. The reshuffle is meant, it's hoped, to appease the demonstrators in the streets, that reform might be ahead and coming soon. But most of those people on the streets seem to say they won't stand down until their president steps down. Sunday, a Nile television news anchor read a statement that was released by President Mubarak.
We strongly ask your government to stand against anyone committing any form of corruptions. In addition to that, I stress on the necessity to continue with the fair, serious, and effective new steps for more political, constitutional, and legislative reforms that can be achieved through a wide range of dialogue with all the parties in a way to achieve the democratic process.
All right, there is the official government view, hoping that somehow it is going to placate the crowds that have taken to the streets. Two key members of that new cabinet that was being appointed there, the Vice President, Omar Suleiman, former head of Egypt's intelligence services, a strong man. He led the government's successful crackdown on Islamic insurgents back in the 1990s. He's also served as a mediator in the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. He has a strong relationship with U.S. officials. Ahmed Shafiq, the new prime minister, he's been aviation minister since 2002. Before that, he was commander of the Egyptian Air Force. That is a post that Mr. Mubarak once held himself. All right, now let's go to Cairo's Liberation Square, Tahrir Square, a focal point for the protests right now. Protests, we have to say, that are in defiance of a curfew. Ivan Watson is there. We're trying to establish communications. Ivan, what is the scene like?
Well, the crowd has swelled here despite the curfew. Thousands and thousands of people filling much of this square. And it's a similar pattern that we saw yesterday, only I would estimate we saw more people coming into the square today. Now, you were mentioning some of these new appointments. It's been announced over Egyptian TV that there's a new interior minister by the name of General Mahmoud Wagvi. Now, a taxi driver I was traveling with in Cairo today, Jim, he was complaining about the former interior minister, saying that he wanted him replaced. Well, this man probably will not satisfy the demands of these very frustrated demonstrators out here, because we've done some background check of General Wagvi, and he was basically a deputy to the former interior minister in charge of the prisons and the jails across the country. And this, in addition to the appointment of Omar Suleiman, the former chief of the Mukhabarat, the intelligence here, as vice president, some Egyptians